Hey Insiders, this is Fran Mirabella, and we wanted to take a look at Mario 64 both on the Nintendo 64 and the DS side by side in video. Basically, we had taken a look at them in side by side screenshot comparisons, but I felt that, to really see them in motion would really kind of give you a better perspective on how they differ. Mostly it's technological differences that you're going to see. We can't really show you the sound so well through compressed video, but just wanted to show you a few things, so let's have a look. I think one of the first things you'll notice is that both versions definitely look pretty similar. It's not like there are huge differences here, but I think that there are some surprising ones. What you'll notice is in the DS version, Nintendo has gone back and it's sort of spruced up the worlds a little bit. There's blocks that are lying around here or there. They've just added in a little more geometry to the worlds, kind of change them up, and they've also changed the textures, and I think that's obviously one of the most apparent differences. On the DS, there isn't any anti-aliasing filtering, which sort of gave it that smeared look on the Nintendo 64. Thankfully, I think the Super Mario 64 and the original, even though it had very smeared textures in a lot of areas, it also had a lot of flat, bright textures that, I really think worked for the N64 hardware, and I still think that it looks great today. The DS, on the other hand, has none of this filtering going on, so things are going to look a little more pixelated. Nintendo has also upped the ante in terms of texture quality. If you look in the backgrounds, you'll see that skies are more textured, just a little brighter, got a little more going on. And then, things like ground textures. There's this tunnel scene, which has, you racing through this icy tunnel, and it looks totally different on the DS version. So Nintendo has gone back and, thought about the art for the DS version and changed it a little bit. And for the most part, I think that it looks better. Then there's like this underwater scene where you can definitely tell the two versions are very different. I think they both have their strengths. The N64 version sort of has that kind of green, definite look that you're under the sea, and then the DS version is very crisp and clear, which I also like. But I think beyond that, the DS version definitely goes the extra mile in terms of adding polygons to characters. So I think the modeling definitely adds to the experience a lot. Things like the thwomps, which you see here, look definitely a lot better on the DS. They're just fully modeled with the jagged edges. And then you have like Goombas, which also look a lot more like what a Goomba looked like on the original NES where they were created. So, I think the DS has its strengths, and overall graphically it does look better. Overall, I think that this graphical strength of the DS is definitely a positive one, and even in terms of sound, it matches up pretty good, although I think the N64 version probably has the better sound output for effects and stuff like that. It's a little more compressed on DS, but in terms of control, there's also a difference there that I think actually precedes the graphics, at least for me, because Mario 64 is all about controlling a character in a 3D world with analog control, and you just, you don't quite get that on the DS with the touchscreen. And, that's not to say that taking Super Mario 64 on the go isn't a big advantage, because it definitely is, and for that reason, obviously you can't beat that. But the point here is just that if you want the core experience, how Super Mario 64 is, it's still a great game on the N64. It still controls well, and the graphics are still really good. So it's not a big deal going back to it, and I definitely recommend it. If you want to check out the DS though, it's got the mini games, it's got multiplayer over wireless, and it's portable, and that's really cool too. So hopefully you've enjoyed this side-by-side look via video. I know it definitely helped me out just once we put it together. So hopefully it was informative, and we'll see you around next time.